all the latest hot Cubs news right now.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Alongside Sam Olber, I'm Matt Cozy. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into discussion with you on all things Cubs. Thank you for being part of the show and making us your first listen today. And the best way you can help us grow the show is to listen every day, like the video, and comment anything below. And also subscribe, which on YouTube, have the listeners and Cubs fans around the world subscribe. Sam, we took over this channel with 757 subscribers. And on Tuesday, we went over 12,000. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you too. That was good news. I delivered that news to you at about like 1:40 Central or something like that. Go Cubs.
Today's episode is presented by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. All right, well, later in the show, how much would it take? Returns, Cubs convention, what are we looking forward to? Things like that. But first, we're going to talk about first base because entering the 2025 season, the Cubs' lowest projected spot positionally, and it's not close, is first base. Michael Busch projected for a 1.7 WAR, 109 WRC plus, and according to Fangraphs, after that, it's all goose eggs at the first base position. And Busch back for his second year. You know, I think we both like him. He did strike out almost 30% of the time, but he has some pop. He improved immensely defensively. But Sam, in terms of the Cubs' remaining needs, I think from a position standpoint, the glaring need is at first, and it really should be right-handed hitting first base help.
Well, it has to be. If they get another lefty to play behind Busch, then I would really be questioning, my own baseball knowledge at that point. I'm not as high on Busch as others are. I think he's fine. I think he's done a really nice job. I feel good about him on the defensive side of the ball. But as you mentioned, we've talked about already on the program, just some of the offensive underlying under the hood stats that pause, give you a little bit of a pause going into the year. I still think he's earned the right to start. Probably will be right around the, hitting maybe fifth or something like that in the lineup. Heck, as you've pointed out, the Cubs, if they go Hap, Suzuki, Tucker, they don't really have a four hitter. Maybe Tucker slides in 2, Suzuki 3. So you go left, right, left. That could be Busch 4. We don't know.
Yeah.
But they definitely need another, because you said that it's goose eggs after it. I don't think the Cubs have another first baseman right now.
Yeah, there's a prospect that is like the second listing in Fangraphs, but he's not even on the opening day team.
Yeah.
So the current opening day roster would have to be like Bruhan or something. Bruhan or Workman would have to play first. No, that's real. That's a real thing. At least as of today.
Yeah, so they need a first baseman.
Right.
And, I got to tell you, this offseason's obviously come to a screeching halt here over the last month. And I was in a local sandwich shop when I found the news.
Here we go.
I was in a local sandwich shop.
Right,
and when I found the news that Donovan Solano and the Mariners agreed to terms,
he was on my list.
And if you told me 2-3 months ago I'd be disappointed when Donovan Solano came off the board, I would have told you that you're having a rough day. Come back, talk to me tomorrow. But I at said sandwich shop, I was asked my order, and I paused for about 2 seconds because I was like, why didn't we just do this deal?
Right, and because he could play some third too, in addition to first.
Exactly. He kind of was a $3.5 million, 2 birds with 1 stone solution that Tom would love.
Yeah, of course.
Cheap,
well, let's get into some options then.
He was a cheap option
because this addition does need to be right-handed. And if I think it should not only be someone right-handed, but acquire someone who actually hits lefties well.
Yep.
Like for Justin Turner, Sam, there's nothing pops off the page with him against lefties, at least not in 2024.
Right.
Really, the same thing with all this list: Turner, Canha, Joe, Drury, Davis, and France. Nothing pops off the page, but Mark Canha.
Yeah.
He hit 275 last year against lefties with a 380 on base.
Whoa.
And Busch actually hit for a higher average against lefties last year, but remember that was in almost 400 less plate appearances. So if the Cubs continue to not give an opportunity to Busch against lefties, they really should zero in on Canha. Those are nice numbers last year. He was once a starter with the A's and Mets. Now he's a role guy. 10 years in the bigs, and he could sprinkle in some left and right if you need him to. 105 WRC plus projection. So I like Canha, and again, there could be happy times with this kind of ad in the front office because Spotrac has him at 2.5 M's.
Yeah,
whereas they have they have 8 M's for Turner and 8 M's AAV for Connor Joe.
Wow. We're going to talk about some payroll stuff tomorrow. So what I like to do with this, first of all, I'm with you. Out of these choices, especially when you consider the financial aspect of it, I would choose Canha. Anecdotally,
and the drop off after that trio, because Drury, Davis, and France are on their last legs.
I've watched a lot of Mark Canha, and again, there's no savant or analytical evidence here, but it just always seems like in a big spot he gives a decent at bat. Mm-hmm. I'll say this though, I'm not a big, and I know the Cubs do this too. Whenever I'm looking at splits, I always like to look at the year before. But then I also look at the career too, because just to get a look. So, for example, a guy like Connor Joe, last year wasn't a major thing, but in his career, he's 766 against lefties, OPS 705 versus righties. You know,
okay,
what does that mean though? Is he declining, etc.? Out of that list, I mean, Connor Joe for $8 million.
I would be surprised if he got that, right?
Yeah, me too. Mark Canha would be
signed up for an extra year, like 2 years for 8.
You know, what's really interesting though is, and I agree, I would like for the Cubs to sign Mark Canha. What is interesting though is this: when the Cubs had Wisdom, right? It didn't work out clearly, but the thought process was versus lefties, he gives you something that Michael Busch doesn't, which is power versus lefties. Because Busch did have a fine average versus lefties, and I was one of those people that was standing on the table saying, just let him play versus lefties, let him improve. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And none of these candidates really offer you the ceiling that Wisdom did. Like, at least the ceiling made sense. Hey, if Wisdom's going to slug 570 against lefties, then put him in there. Now, he didn't. But, like, you know, for this thing to work, Mark Canha would have to have like a 370, 380 type OBP versus lefty to make it work. Because if you take out Busch versus lefties and you put Canha in, are you comfortable with Mark Canha batting like 5th versus a lefty? Because that's probably where you would slot. Ian likes to go down in the order versus lefties, or council likes to do that. PCA would be down in the order. You know, Tucker will stay in the middle. And then, you know, versus lefties, it's like Swanson and Horner are towards the top with Seiya. So, you know, the point I'm trying to make is, you know, it's not that appetizing. Remember, with Wisdom, there were times versus lefties, he was hitting like 1st or 2nd.
Yeah, when Wisdom actually started last year, Craig Counsell did hit him 2nd. So, yeah, even Canha in a 5 spot, I wouldn't say it scares me or anything like that, or maybe even gives me pause. But, you know, it does remind you that after those 9 clear starters, the Cubs are very short on dudes right now. And their opening day roster, as of now, right, at way too early projection, mid-January, but it leaves a lot to be desired.
Hey, Matt, today is it Trivia Tuesday today? I know we're not doing one. Can I just give you a quick trivia question?
Yeah.
because now that you mentioned that, let me just pull it up. Do you want to guess how many games Patrick Wisdom batted leadoff?
He batted leadoff last year. He started games leading off the game.
He started games. Here, let's do this.
I thought he hit second.
Guess how many games Wisdom started leading off or batting second last season?
19?
11 games.
Okay. Yeah, I went a little bit higher because of your reaction.
Yeah. Shout out to Judge my reaction. I tend to be dramatic. He batted leadoff 4 times.
And that was as a starter, or he entered later?
No, as a starter. This shows games entered and then GS, games started.
That's horrible.
He started.
No, that's an abomination.
Leadoff. Can I just read you his numbers in the game?
No, the front office should be ashamed of themselves for passing the lineup down to council like that.
He batted 130 in those situations.
I got you.
All right.
So Mark Canha it is. Maybe Connor Joe, Justin Turner, if something happens with them, perhaps.
Maybe Manny Ramirez.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. All right, coming up next, we continue to promo and share our excitement for the Cubs convention. Stay tuned.
This episode is brought to you by Game Time. Whether it's a Cubs game, a comedy show, or a concert, I love going to live events. And now Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste your time searching through thousands of tickets. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. The experience of searching for and then buying tickets on Game Time is simple. Plus, Game Time is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. See the view from your seat before you buy so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it?
Game time. Cubs convention this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Sam and I will be there Friday and Saturday, including our meetup 4 to 5:30 Shy Bar inside the Sheraton Grand Chicago. Kyle from the Setup Man will be with us as well. Excited about that collaboration. And opening ceremonies start at 6. Doors open at 4:30 on level 4 there, the Sheraton. I downloaded the Cub Convention app. Really a neat app that they have that lays all that out. But we'll be starting our meetup at 4, going to 5:30, and then we'll hustle up ourselves to get a spot because Sammy Sosa is going to be introduced as part of that opening ceremony, and I believe he's going to be named to the Cubs Hall of Fame Friday night.
That'll be fun.
Goosebumps.
You know what I'm looking forward to? So obviously the Sosa thing's the headliner. I think right behind that will be the introduction of the Cubs' new right fielder, Kyle Tucker. Kind of poetic. They'll be honoring their greatest right fielder and then introducing a cameo of a one-year appearance of their new star right fielder. I saw on the app, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the guy that probably should have won the MVP in 2005, Derek Lee, is going to be there.
Yeah, first appearance at the convention since he was a player, I believe.
I want to meet Derek Lee.
Let's do it.
I like to introduce myself to him.
Aramis will be there again.
And tell him that, man, was he a great hitter.
He was. That was a huge ad.
Yeah, Aramis, D. Lee. I might go into that era because that's was my
Ted Lilly will be there too.
Ted Lilly. I saw even Glendon Rush. Remember long reliever Glendon Rush.
But that was a little bit before 07-08, right?
Yeah, I think he was sooner than that. But he had some cameos. I'm excited to see that. Of course, Fergie. That'll be right. Fun.
Fergie Jenkins. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume most of our listeners know my first name.
Sam. We should get, just check in with Tim, our everydayer Kansas City Chiefs Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Because I believe Rick Sutcliffe is going to be there this weekend.
Oh, maybe we could introduce ourselves to Sut.
I think we should.
Yeah, that'd be
fun. I think we should make that a priority. I'd like to meet Ron Coomer. I'd like to meet Boog Shambi.
Mm-hmm.
And, the Saturday schedule is packed. And boy, does it lead off in a big way. So at 9 is Jed Hoyer and Carter Hawkins, 9 in the morning.
And that's smart by them because I don't want to wake up for that. And so, we're going to have to wake up for that for me to ask my question. It's smart that they put that first because that's going to be the least attended.
10, Craig Counsell.
I want an honorary breakfast.
And 11, Ian Happ's podcast, the Compound.
With Sosa.
Yeah, the guest list so far for the live taping at the Compound is decent. Kyle Tucker and Sammy Sosa.
Yeah.
Couple good guests.
Hey, I'd love if we could team up with the Compound. Maybe we could take Sosa off their hands.
Yeah,
Man, would I have some great questions.
We messaged Tom, for those that had listened to the Compound, Tom Preisman. We both messaged him. So
here's the thing. I understand, of course, that Ian Happ's going to get the assignment because Ian Happ's a really good player, the Cubs' current left fielder. But we should be the ones interviewing Sosa because Ian Happ grew up in Pittsburgh. He doesn't
with
remember
David Bednar, I think.
He doesn't remember when Sosa hit 20 homers in a month. He doesn't remember.
Did he watch WGN the Superstation when he was a kid?
Maybe. You're right. That's fair. I doubt he remembers when Chip Caray goes, the 2-1. Swung out, belted, deep left center field. Move over, Big Mac. You got company.
Wow. Good impression.
Thank you. I remember when Sosa in the 0-2 home run derby hit one. He hit one to Lambeau Field.
It's a bad take.
Oh, better time.
So, what are you looking forward to? I really think you should plan on asking a question Saturday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to spending a couple days with you.
Yeah, I'm excited to be in person with you. Yeah.
Our buddy Nick
Cozy will
your
be
cousin.
there.
Yeah, whatever.
He's gonna be our security detail.
Yeah, and I'm excited to meet all of our listeners on Friday.
Yeah.
Please, if you see us at the convention, come say hello.
Stop us in our tracks.
Yeah, that's probably like what I'm most looking forward to. And then I'd like to build some connections. Maybe talk to Derek Lee about coming on the program.
Some legacy Cubs like that could be cool guests during between now and opening day.
Between now and opening day, or like one of those like August Thursday off days where we're like flirting with 500. We're kind of tired of talking about the team. It's like Cubs are 65 and 67, but we have Derek Lee on.
Gosh, and I feel like. One big reason for our growth has been game coverage.
Mm-hmm.
That's only like 2 months away, first game.
No, I don't want to get into that because I cannot believe
and I heard correctly, pitchers and catchers, Super Bowl Sunday was announced today.
We're entering our 4th season of game coverage. Our 4th.
All right, that'll do it for me. I'm going to...
Our 4th. I remember our first episode like it was 2 weeks ago. I was about 145 pounds.
How is this our 4th campaign?
Flash that photo. Where is it?
Yeah, it's up here.
Look at me.
I have no comment on my appearance.
No, but please, let's keep it that way.
All right, coming up next, how much would it take? Stay tuned. We're back here on Locked On Cubs. We close out with a version of how much would it take, and I do have a question for Sam to lead us off. Ready?
Please.
All right, so all weekend long at the Cubs convention, eat, sleep, obviously attend all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How much would it take for you to wear a Cubs jersey every second?
Oh, not a whole lot. Okay. I'm not a big
Cubs.
jersey. I'm not a big jersey guy.
Are you gonna get the PCA one or not?
Yeah, it was an empty thing. I need to get a Cubs. I need to get a Cubs pinstripe jersey.
Get a Tucker one. You'll have it for 9 months. Not even.
PCA,
Maybe
probably. I think that would only cost about $20. That's fine if I have to wear
All
a
right.
jersey the whole time. I don't really care. I'm going to wear a Locked On Cubs hoodie and then I think a World Series hoodie. My 2 days.
Okay. Awesome.
I got one for you. It's a little bit of a twist.
Sure.
How much will it take the Cubs to spend for you to go to the offseason content? I mean, go into the regular season content, sorry. So we're 198. So from there.
230.
Yeah, me too. That's
about
my number.
31, 32 M's more.
Yeah, and I don't think they're gonna.
And it's not, again, folks, it's not to say that, it's all about the money, but you could tell from our first segment today, they need to add. You could tell from our relief pitching discussions, they need to add, even if you're making a trade, you're going to add funds to the roster. I think about 32 M's would put them as division favorites if they do it right.
As the team is currently, I looked at the roster today, and we know they're obviously going to make some additions to me. And I don't like that this is true because it puts pressure on somebody that really shouldn't have pressure. The key to this team is Matt Shaw. You feel like you know what you're getting out of Tucker. Maybe Dansby, all these guys. Matt Shaw is the guy where he slots in at third base. And if he's going to play every day and he hits, the Cubs are probably going to be in really good shape. And if he doesn't, they're going to have a similar third base situation as they did last year, and it'll be a similar problem. I'm just, with all due respect to Seiya, I'm past the point saying, well, maybe Seiya will take a big leap. I'm just going to accept him for what he is. Just give me another solid offensive campaign.
Okay.
So I think as it currently stands, and then the back end of that rotation, is that going to hold up with Boyd and Ray and Assad? Because I think we're certain that they're going to sign another reliever.
Yeah. I think that's the one spot where I would put the most certainty on it. And could it be in a month where counsel says publicly, you know what? We did a lot of reflecting over the offseason. We spoke to everyone. We crunched the numbers, and we're going to do something a little different this year and have like a 6.5 man rotation.
Wow.
I don't know. But pitchers and catchers, folks, reports Super Bowl Sunday, Lions and Chiefs later that day. And pitchers and catchers will be in earlier that day at Sloan.
You think are we moved on from the short?
You think the Lions and Chiefs will go to the Super Bowl? Maybe Bills Lions.
I think probably that's the safe bet, but something's been weird with the Chiefs. I want to see how they look Saturday afternoon before I make that statement. Bregman, like on an alternative short-term deal, or Flaherty.
Wow, that would be a shock.
Yeah, is that a shock? Because like people keep saying that, short-term. The shorter term the deal, the bigger the AAV for this year, which would put them where they don't want to go. That's where I'm confused.
Hard to see it unless they traded someone that we don't expect.
Like a Horner. Horner gets dealt.
Tyone.
Horner gets dealt. Bregman comes in on a short-term deal. Shaw gets bumped to second base. Does that make the Cubs a better baseball team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be creative today.
Right. No, I got it. Yeah, and also maybe you're going to get to this in your solo episode for Thursday.
Yeah, I got a lot to get to.
Offseason started great. Sport had a lot of momentum, and now it's just hit a thud, very similar to last year.
Yeah, it's right on my
not similar to last year because it was good at one point, but now it's just so quiet again.
Quiet. I thought Roki, would get things going.
Maybe it will.
Oh yeah, I guess technically he hasn't decided yet, but he eliminated everybody else. So
yeah, he's going to be a Dodger or a Padre.
Dodger or Padre, one of those two.
Thank you so much for checking out this edition of Locked On Cubs. You give us 20 to 30 minutes. We'll give you all things Cubs with a laugh or two along the way. Be sure to hit subscribe on YouTube, smash the like button for the algorithm, and leave a 5-star review on Apple, Spotify, and everywhere you get your podcast. Sam's back tomorrow. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.
Yeah.
See ya.